No, there are many viewpoints that one should consider strongly before one comes towards that inclination that, Kai, all is well. As it stands, all is not well. What do I mean? I'm talking about the story that appeared in the Punch newspaper for today. Mother killed while separating sons fight in Abuja. Did you hear about that? Well, a mother was killed while separating a fight between two of her sons, okay? The Punch puts the story together this way. A woman identified as Zainab Ibrahim has died while separating a fight that ensued between our two sons, Inusa. Between our two sons, Inusa and Usman. Although the cause of the fight could not be ascertained, Inusa, it was gathered, was said to have mistakenly macheted his own mother on her left hand, okay? The incident happened on Saturday at Kupaduma 2 area of Asokoro in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. A resident of the area who gave his name as Saliu Shehu said Zainab was rushed to a private hospital where she died. He said the two brothers are of the same parents. They were engaging in a serious fight. Their mother came in and tried to separate them. Inusa, however, left and went to bring a machete with which he intended to use on his brother in the process. He mistakenly caught his mother on her left hand, and she was taken to a private hospital where she died. Okay, end of quote. One asked the spokesperson for the police FCT command, Josephine Adam, said Inusa was at large, adding that the investigation is ongoing on the matter. The police spokesperson said, we received a distress call and rushed to the scene. The mother was taken to the hospital where she was confirmed dead. Usman is in custody while Inusa is at large. An investigation is, however, ongoing in the matter. Okay, so that's the big story for today with regards to some metro disturbance in Abuja. And I wonder about when people do fight, when they embark on fighting each other or have disagreement, the extent of the disagreement, especially those siblings fights, as they say it, sibling rivalry, as it happens over and over again. There are talks about the fact that sometimes you disagree with your sibling to the extent that some don't talk for 10 years, 5 years. Some, in some instances, like in this Inusa and Usman fight, where right now the person that used the machete, or let me use the word cutlass, on their mother is at large. The other person that was being fought is in custody. I mean, how do you think the government should judge this case? How should this case turn out? The guy who caught their mother is now late. If he's arrested, what should be done, And the other man in prison, behind bars, in custody rather, what should be his fate? How do you resolve a fight between two siblings that deteriorates to this extent? What's the measure of the solution that one would expect that, when you have siblings fighting, or, somebody once said this to me, and I don't know if it's true for you. They say, in our family, this is how the person describes it. So in our family, we have anger issues, serious anger issues. When we are angry like this, we don't used to see anybody's face. We don't used to see we can't look at anybody and feel a sense of, I'm sorry, or take it easy. We don't used to hear easy until we do what is in our mind. They don't used to beg us. In fact, nobody can beg me when I'm angry. Hey, this, and they show the disposition that violent anger is the best way in which they prove to have successfully attained the level of, when I'm angry, don't get in the way. Do you think the mother should have waited it out for two siblings who are possibly muscular rather, and male fighting? Should she have jumped in between, knowing successfully well that she'll probably not be able to hold any of them apart? Think about it. A mother jumping in the middle of a fight between two full-grown men, men of 18 years and above. We should have been able to separate the fight. Should she have made an attempt to separate the fight? Why didn't they stop the bleeding when she started to bleed from the cutlass, from the machete? Why didn't they stop, the fight? Why did the other one have to go at large? What could have caused the fight to have led to the death of the mother? Is there reconciliation in view of this kind of situation? I'd like to know what you think. 1,001 questions, would run through one's mind. The numbers remain 08099930137. That's the WhatsApp number. The other numbers remain 08095974869. And on WhatsApp is 0700951000. Good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Yes, good morning, Dr. Femi.
Good morning. How are you today?
Morning.
Yes, sir.
I'm fine. I'm still fine. This is a very sad news, This Pablo Money calling from Tama.
Good to have you on, brother.
Yes. I don't know how they allow the devil to enter in between the midst of that family. This one is, I don't just know. But sky, this anger thing, there's nothing like I have hot temper or my family, we have anger issues. It's the mindset. If they were able to control the situation when it was happening, you can imagine their mother coming in between them. If they have respect, for the woman, they would have stopped fighting. I don't know the way kids are being raised these days. That courtesy of respect that, okay, our mom is in between us, so they would have just stopped. Just imagine how they have destroyed that family.
In fact,
even the father, I don't think, I'm just feeling pity for the dad. Because the dad might kill the many children. Yeah, imagine.
Yes.
That anger issue. There's nothing like anger. Nobody should say he has hot temper or he have anger issue. We all have self-control. God put self-control in everybody's that he created. So nobody should come and wake up and tell me that, I have anger issue, I'm hot-tempered, why will you provoke me, my family? No. Everybody has self-control. You can control any limit of anger in you. I just feel pity for that family, seriously. Yeah. I don't even know what to say.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful to you. Thanks for your insight. There's still the issue. Yes, I'm grateful to you, brother. And there's still the issue of people wondering that, okay, so what should now be? Somebody said, if the law takes its course, there's the issue of manslaughter that would happen, and the likes of that, the brother will be jailed, there'll be more tragedy going on in the family and the likes of that. What do you make of that? Yes. Good morning to you.
King Dr. Femi D live.
Yes, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing well. My name is Captain DJ Fonso.
Oh, good to have you on.
It's an unfortunate incident. But I do not blame the mother by getting in between to replace them. As a mother, you will not sit down seeing your children fight and you'll be comfortable.
True.
But I think parents will also play a great role why their children are still growing up. Everyone has a concept, and yes, things will happen, you get annoyed, and you have to control your temper. I think that is where our parents have to play more impact on their children these days.
Okay.
Not just that, you see a little child of below 10 years, you see how these children react. You can imagine how they will behave when they grow up. I think some parents, the way they react to their partner also impact on those children. But they see it as a normal life. I once told my friend that, okay, you have been doing things when you are angry. After you react, you will be getting your reaction. It has not helped you in any way. That you are a hot-tempered person, it has not helped you in any way. So when things come, know that this is the temptation, and there is no devil inside. Don't blame devil. Because people say it's the devil, it's the devil, it's the devil. Or you come and get the devil for us, let us arrest the devil. This is you yourself. You have to control your emotions. Whatever that comes out from your character, from what you did, you will be responsible for any penalty that comes out of it. Two of them may be jailed because they have committed a murder.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate that mother that carried you for 9 months. I don't know what caused the fight. Then suddenly you killed the womb you came out from. It's unfortunate.
It is. It is. All right. Thanks for your view as well. Thank you so much. Good to talk to you. Hello. Good morning to you. Oh, that didn't stay true. All right. I'm still taking on your calls about this. For those who are streaming live, yes, we're streaming. I will tell you this. It's on YouTube at the moment at Nigeria Info Abuja. There you find it on YouTube. And if you're on Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. So two brothers fought to the point their mother tried to separate them. One got a machete. He ended up cutting the left arm of his mother. She died at the end. The one that brought the machete did escape, is at large. The other one who was being, that the machete was supposed to sort of end on his head, if I'm not mistaken, is in custody. Trouble all the way. Why do people say things like, that's who I am, just leave me. When I'm angry, don't tell me anything. I can't hear anything. I don't want to be anything. No, self-control, is it really still a major thing in Nigeria? Good morning to you. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you very much. My name is Chris. I'm calling from Asokoro.
All right. Good to have you on.
Yeah, there's a question you asked about this case and how the government handled the issue. I think it's a very straightforward something.
Oh, okay.
And the particular person who used the cutlass and cut somebody that actually led to the death of somebody is the one I'm going for it. The next time the other one, maybe for abusers, for public disturbance, or two fighting. For that particular one that used that machete on somebody and killed somebody, it's the one that was going for it. You understand?
Yes.
But then, I think it's about the upbringing. The upbringing. You understand? So I am from Abia State, and my community to be precise.
Okay.
Abia State. But traditionally, there is something important in my place. Now, I'm a family of, we are 22 in number. I've been children from my parents. Because my father has two wives. Let me tell you.
Yes, I can.
Hello, Femi.
Yes, I can hear you.
So, among the children, we are only 4 boys.
Oh, wow.
The one, then the one that the born before me, we are 3 men in the house. But then something is when they brought us up, our tradition, of some circumstance, if any of us inflict injury, no matter we fought when we are small, but you are not allowed to inflict injury on the brother. God must not come out of his house. And when we are fighting in the house, we don't go close to the wall. Because if a piece of block is not from that wall, that's what we call Odiko. That powerful sacrifice, if they don't eat, we will never eat from the same door, from the same place. Until that, even if it happens here in Abuja, we fight. And something like this happens. That's what that sacrifice, all of us will be taken to the village until that sacrifice is done. These are the go church, you don't follow. You know,
Yes.
This is what we grew up with. And, and then we respect our parents. We cannot be fighting and then my mother comes around, my father comes around. Before they hear their voice, everybody will take to his brain. So it is that was the upbringing. Hello?
Yes, I'm here. I'm listening to you. Yes.
Yeah, it is about the family upbringing. If you allow the children to be behaving in a certain way, after this point in life, you will not be able to control what is happening. Right in my house here now, my children, you cannot tell them to worker. You need an outsider. If I come back and they tell me they report that to me, you will collect. I have 4 children. You understand? I put them under control. Everything is under control. It's not about being a father or something. There are some things you know how. In fact, let me use this word to instill discipline in those children. I am telling you, you are the parents, you need to enjoy the good behavior from those children. And they grow up and,
All right. Let's leave it at that. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Interesting story. So it talks about the fact that even when they fight in Abuja and things really go out of place, at some point they still have to go to the village to do sacrifice, to bring about peace. All right. TY from Dusi Alaji says the law should take its course. This is a case of attempted murder and murder. Why should you even use machete in domestic misunderstanding? TY from Dusi Alaji writes that in. Casey says, where was their father during the fight? Now the mother is dead. Lack of self-control. They will face the law. Here's another message. Abdul Fattah Yusuf from POE says, what the mother feared could have happened to either or both of our sons if she stayed put with prompted her to jump in between them was exactly what she herself suffered. Typical African mothers would literally say, "Let the evil before my children before me." That is, let her take the responsibility for whatever is. She has died, and her sons may live, but they will now live in everlasting regret. May Allah grant the loving mother Ajana Firdaus writing. Oh, sorry. Grant the loving mother Aljana. That's what you write. I thought that was your name for a moment. Abdul Fattah Yusuf did write that in as well. Okay, good morning. My name is Chinelo. My contribution this morning is that they shouldn't allow the devil to come into their marital lives. To me, there's a division in the spiritual realm, and it's manifested physically. The Bible says we should be angry, but do not sin. They allow the anger to lead them to the extent it is sin. May God help us to discover when an enemy steps into our lives, okay? All right, well, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning, sir, Dr. Femi.
Yeah, welcome. How are you today?
Yeah, my name is Terry.
Yes.
Yes, you see, this issue is a very serious one and a pathetic one at that matter. For a child killing his mother, it's not a thing to be happy at all. No matter what religion, no matter what tribe this person comes from, even if it's not a Nigerian. You know, I had same issue with my cousin. My cousin there back then in Benue State had this issue. And the mother will always tell him that if you don't control this issue, one day you will kill somebody. And he was fighting with his younger brother, and he ran into the kitchen and brought out a knife. And before you know, this guy stabbed his younger brother to death. You see, so this same issue with the mother coming in between to separate the fight is not her fault. No parent will stand and watch their children fighting. She was only showing that these are my kids. I wouldn't want them to be fighting. Maybe it was even in the public. So she showing that compassion for her children not to be fighting is what made her to go in between and separate them. And lo and behold, she made her dead. It's a pity, and I pity for the woman. And for the law, it will take its course. The guy, he who kills, must surely be killed. But then, this one, let the law take its place. Thank you.
All right. Interesting time. Thank you so much as well. Okay, I was hoping I could use the 10 o'clock hour two ways. We'll keep talking about this. Then I'll also introduce another topic at 10:30. Just two ways, metro stories that literally, we don't talk about. So from 10:30, we'll talk about Shehu Kuti. His claim is that he has a video of how the policeman went too far, against him. And of course, with his family in the car with him, he ended up slapping a police officer. The Inspector General of Police ordered his arrest. Yesterday was portrayed in handcuffs, for his acts and the likes of that. And he says he's ready to defend himself as well. I mean, it's just one thing. He bragged about the fact that he slapped the police officer. In fact, there was a video to prove that. That's another matter. We'll talk about it in the 10:30 mark, okay? As we continue to run this side by side. But for now, I'm listening to you. Welcome. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Femi.
Good morning. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. This is Ola from Yanya.
Ola from Yanya. Okay, good. Welcome.
I want to talk about the children that are fighting and their mother was killed. Yeah. Say, may God grant the woman a resting peace. You see, this will teach us a lesson as an African. We have forgotten our culture as in bringing up children. And we are imbibing the foreign culture. In the olden days, when your father or mother is around in the house, you dare not do anything of such. But today, you see, the way we groom children up is quite different. And that's why you see all these things happening. You see? Well, I think we will learn from all this. And may God grant the woman a rest in peace.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Grateful to you. Thanks for your call and your viewpoint. All right. I still want to listen to more people. Let me explore some of the calls via WhatsApp now. Massive MD, pick WhatsApp call now. I want this. So, hey, sorry. My fellow Mazian. Okay. Welcome. Good morning to you.
My people say now who talk a problem, now they carry meeting give.
So this proverb now by association have entered. It's all right. You don't
enter.
I have feature inside your proverb. Okay, it's all right. I'm using corner eye and look you.
Well done, Massive Femi. This is Massive Destiny Anthony.
All right, welcome.
I almost had a similar thing in Abuja.
Okay.
Two guys were fighting. I can't remember whether they were brothers or neighbors. You know, they jumped from their own compound to ours. And I just came back from Abuja. So my mom went to the kitchen to boil. It was a public here to boil hot water. So the water was ready. She just came into the room, collected the gari to, prepare the bath. These guys came into our own compound. The other one saw the water, this kettle that when it's boiling to be, whistling. So the guy now saw it was hot water, grabbed the hot water to pour on his the other guy that he was fighting with. So the only thing that the other guy could do to defend himself was to grab my mom, to now put my mom between himself and the guy that wants to pour hot water.
Kai.
So my mom was now shouting, "Inibo, leave me, So for me, I was like confused. I now ran outside because I heard her voice. And I saw how this one was just moving my mom anyhow, like a piece of zinc to shield himself. I just cornered that one, enter one corridor where I know he can't escape. I thorough beat him. That is, the guy knew that day that something. I left the other one with the hot water. Then when that one saw how angry I was, he to jump the fence, drop the kettle and the hot water. I just took one. That was how the fight ended. Thorough beating. I beat him to a point where even my mom was now shouting. Everybody got that. You see, you can, if you just want to be mad, be mad. Why are you bringing an old woman? You are fighting with your brother, and your mom, an old woman, comes in. Even if she didn't die, she breaks her leg or her arm. It's still you that is going to take care of her. That is enough for you to go and say, okay, let me allow this issue go. Mama is around today. Did they know any way we want to make we do? So they went too far. You raised the issue from day one and tomorrow. Me, I've never even been his friend because there's a point where you
Destiny Anthony, I have to go on the break now and then we'll talk more and we'll pick up Shion's issue. It's still related to Hangao, definitely. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Interesting time. And yes, this is the place for those conversations. We'd like to know what you think. Stay with us while you're Nigerian for 95.1. What's happening in Abuja? Return shortly.
There's a place where you can
My name is Elder Emma Okoro. I'm interested in rebuilding my nation. And so I have to join the beginning of cleaning of the environment. The Gariki environment here is totally filthy and unhealthy for our people. So when Mayor Fortune decided that Abuja should come out, I decided to join because it's for the good of our people, our children, our wives, and our families. That's why I'm part of this group, so that I'll be part of those who have started the journey to rebuild Nigeria.
In case you are wondering, well, my name is Fortune. I'm the mayor of the FCT, and I am excited about this initiative. I believe it's going to be a big one. This is the first of many. We are coming to your area very soon. So we expect you to come out. We expect you to put your hands on the plow It's high time we stop complaining. Let's get something done. If the government is refusing to do it, or they are overwhelmed because they can't do everything, let's do what we can do, and then we hold them accountable for the rest. I think that's what this is about. It's not about politics, not about anybody. It's about people coming out to do what they believe they can do to help their society and the environment at large. That's the thrust for us, and that is why we are here. I'm excited, and I thank you for joining us. Thank you so much.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
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 This is Nigeria Info.
To what's happening in Abuja, or should I say, we're doing what's happening in Abuja together. So, what's happening in Abuja? That's the question fundamentally that we ask. It's the only show literally that ends with an exclamation mark. Okay, I think Let's Talk also ends with an exclamation mark. But what's happening in Abuja, it's not a question, it's a situation, it's a scene, it's a live situation that one wants to wonder about what's happening in Abuja. Well, one of the things that's going on in Abuja will have to be the story around the two young men who were fighting somewhere in Asokoro, right? They were fighting. Their mother made an attempt to separate them. One of them grabbed a machete, went after the brother, missed, got the mother's left hand. She bled to death. She was declared dead by the time she was taken to the hospital. And what followed that scenario is the arrest of one of the brothers, the one without the machete. The other one who grabbed the machete, we understand, is at large. But the question is, some people say things like, see, this is how we are in my family. I cannot help my my nature. We are hot-tempered. We sweat from the palm of our hand to everywhere when we are angry. When we are hungry, when we are angry, it's the same thing. Some other people get into situations where things go physical, and what they seem to really reach for is another person that will stand in the middle to separate them. And it brings about the issue of, when you start to separate fight, are you doing too much? Should you allow them beat themselves first till they're out of energy, and then make an attempt to separate fight? What's the scenario with you? What's the scenario that you can think of? Destiny Anthony, before the break, was telling us about how two guys were trying to fight off each other and drew his mother into the middle with the other one holding hot water, and he grabbed the one who was using his mother for a human shield and beat him up. Literally. I'm not suggesting that that's a good idea, but it's a scenario that he said brought about an instant solution to the madness that was building up. But then, talking about beating people up, Seun Kuti did slap and did harass a police officer several times as he was upset that he was stopped. And he has a video from his own end that showcases what the police officer did that put the life of his own family and himself in a threatening position. So he was upset, and that's the reason why he grabbed the police officer, slapped him several times, and assaulted the police officer in the way he did. Now, the Inspector General of Police has looked into that case. He ordered for the arrest of Seun Kuti. And yes, following his arrest, he was paraded with handcuffs. And they also did go to his house to look through his properties, his shrine, his apartment, and the African shrine in Ikeja, in the area, to arrest him. I understand they went on Saturday night and Sunday morning, but did not meet him. He was later apprehended, or he turned himself in, as some would say. But the Police Service Commission yesterday condemned the assault on the police officer in uniform and on official duty in Lagos. And now it looks like the case will go to court. Right activist and lawyer Femi Falana will be representing Seun, providing legal advice and maybe some sort of defense. He's been briefed. He certainly has evidence, and this is not the first time of Seun, of course, dealing with the police. Some say he did too much, and that he's been described as being unstable before now in his affairs. So back and forth, there are all kinds of things going into play in this regard. All right, so there are many clips to this. There are talks about money being exchanged. There are talks about possible imprisonment or for a term of 3 months or both, or a conviction with a fine of 100,000 naira. Some say it can even go as high as 500,000 naira for what he did to the police officer. So we would wait and find out all about that. But these are things that is inspired or conspired. Yeah, which one should work now? When anger conspire on you, when it looks like you're a mountain of fury, and you're coming down on people, anybody in your way, with no respect or the regard for whoever is trying to tell you to calm down. It looks like calm down it actually leads to people doing the very opposite of what is trying to achieve. Now, wahala, if they find who has found wahala from this wahala. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Femi.
Yes, good to connect with you.
My name is Tayo, calling you from Maraba.
Welcome, Tayo.
Yeah. Yes, on Kuti's, could I say, misdemeanor to the Nigerian police. I think one of the major problems we have in this country is the issue of this so-called human rights activists. I just wonder, what is Femi Falana going to the court to defend?
Is representing him. Is representing him.
What is he going to represent? That is the question. We said something is bad. Excuse me, sir. Sorry.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Go on.
Okay. Let me say one thing. If it was the police that had unleashed anger on Kuti, the whole Nigeria will have risen up against that place.
True.
But for him, he's such a personality that can even walk into the office of the IG to go and lay a complaint about the police, and he will be listened to. Why must he allow his anger to get? He did it because he knew he has people around him. Now, is Femi not going to stand before the court and said, please?
Oh, Tayo, oh, dear, I was really getting to like your point. Do you think it would get away with it, even though I am so... Okay, the lawyer says Seun Kuti is ready to defend himself. That's one line I'm picking up on. Is ready to defend himself, meaning it may not get legal representation, but it would stand as the man who would make a legal appeal or a case for himself. And it's really difficult to understand how he would defend himself, or if the situation is even defendable in the first place. I don't understand. It's difficult to understand. Well, will he get defense or will he defend himself, and will he get away with it? Good morning.
Good morning, man.
Good morning to you.
Yes, my name is Toba, calling from your team this morning.
All right, welcome.
Okay, for what Seun Kuti did, Seun Kuti, sorry.
Yes, Seun, not Femi.
Actually, not a good one. And then looking at the trail of things that has been on ground before now, he might not be getting away with it. Because I know that the police command themselves, they just want to make a statement, using to make a statement, which is going to be a difficult one. So I don't credit what he has done in any way. But on the other hand, you know, at times everybody will just come and air their opinion and say all they can say. But if you've had experiences in this Nigerian police system, I'm so sorry, there are a lot of good ones in the office, but I am telling you, see these ones on the road, if you have an experience with them at times, you need to even see at times, the way they address you. There's this feeling that there's this thing that comes that when you see, for example, you see a police officer who is not even by any means close to your age. You look at a young man, a police officer, that if you want to even value, you can tell that you will not be anything less than 13, 14 years older than. But because he's putting on that uniform, the way they talk to people, see, if you want to ask me a question, you stop me, you want to ask me a question. There is nothing that stops you from asking me a question politely. The fact that you're a police officer does not give you every rule that you see me and you shout on me, you talk to me, you command me as if I'm not carrying a gun, I'm not carrying a knife. So you don't address me like a criminal, you don't talk to me as if I'm your child. And the person you are talking to in the first place is not even your mate. If you can provoke me at times, you need to see how they treat people. I've had an encounter with them too like that. I saw a very young boy, he was talking to me as if, in the presence of my 17-year-old son, he was talking to me as if he gave back to me. At a point, I had to tell him that, look, are you okay? Are you normal? Is it because you are wearing uniform, you think you would address me like that? You don't talk to me like I'm not your mate, even if you are putting on that uniform. And at some point, I have to be very, stubborn about attending to what you wanted me to do on that particular stuff. So I think we also need to look at it. These guys, they need to train them. I've watched several movies, I've watched several documentaries. When you see the American police talking to their citizens, they start quietly, gently. They give you a polite, communication from the onset. It is when you are not cooperating that they start taking it the other way around. So you see, they will tell you, good afternoon. Please, did you know that?
I understand that. Yeah.
And all of that. You understand me?
I do. I really do.
Here, they don't have that decorum. I don't know whether I would say they were not properly trained.
Okay.
So they talk to you, they attend to you in a very rude manner.
Sure. And
at times, now madness, and they take your madness too.
Yes. No, calm down. Don't let us see. We all cannot be. We all cannot be mading together. Can I use the word that doesn't exist? We all cannot be mading together. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, but it's really a dicey situation. Who gets to prove is more angry? it's something that has always been the bane of the conversation over and over again. When a citizen interfaces with the police officer, sometimes the police officer are even gentle. They speak politely. I know some that would they would smile from ear to ear, no matter what the conversation is about. And you think, oh, they are the kindest people, but their smiling doesn't mean that being respectful doesn't mean that they're not still going to carry out what they are asking you for. Meanwhile, there are also some that you just wonder, are they thugs who stole uniforms? That's the practice. It goes both ways. But I often wonder, how should a conversation deteriorate to the point where it's about fists, it's about arms, it's about theft, it's about all kinds of things being used? And many people have called on the Inspector General of Police over and over again to say, go and watch the video in Port Harcourt. It was in Lagos today. It was in Abuja yesterday. And the IGP's officers often responded to as many of those things as they can and taken up, in fact, sometimes deranking some, sometimes expelling some. In this situation where a citizen now, popular one, has decided or did go on to how do I describe it now? To harass a police officer, even physically harass a police officer, the IGP also has the right to possibly prosecute in this sense. Don't you think so? All right, Ama Licia on YouTube did writing. She says, good morning, Femi. It's really unfortunate incident. May our soul rest in peace. If I'm anywhere my siblings are fighting, my mom went there to separate them, I will gingerly carry my mother inside. That's Licia's viewpoint on this. She says no reason at all should you allow your mother to go inside in the middle of a fight. So we have two conversations going simultaneously. This is what happens when you just put Femi on the show. I'll bring all the conversation I'll be holding in one corner of my mind and put it inside one shoe. So forgive me if I'm staying on the metro stories, but I really think these are things we should talk about over and over again. Okay, Chiedu from Kurudu says, good morning, Femi. The traffic light from Foreign Affairs towards Secretariat has not been working for weeks now. It's causing so much confusion as to whether to stop or to go. Yet they are erecting more traffic lights without maintaining the existing ones. Chiedu from Kurudu. In fact, Chiedu, sorry everybody that I want to digress a little bit. I have one traffic light I want to report. I have traffic lights that I want to report. I don't know who's in charge of it, but the whole light is my problem. What's the place called though? We did put out a tweet about it yesterday. It was interesting to see, it was just interesting to see it was interesting to see what transpired at that point in time yesterday. What do I mean? The light was showing go, and at the same time showing stop. If you have doubt about this, go to our Nigeria Info ABJ Twitter handle. We did put up a tweet about it. It was showing stop and go at the same time. Well, it was my phone that I used to capture it. Really, I captured that, and I was surprised. Are we supposed to go or to stop? Then, and funny enough, I wasn't driving myself. I was in a ride, a paid ride. And the rider said to me, see, Oga, the way we used to answer this thing is we will wait for the two to turn to green. Now, I'm not talking about traffic lights that is in two different places. So on one pole, the two of them are pointing in the same direction. One says stop, one says go. There's no amber, there's no orange light in between, right? Go to the Twitter and Nigeria Info ABJ. You will see what I'm saying. It's right there and there. I won't lie to you. It's there and there. Okay, Nancy says, good morning, family. This is really a sad story where mothers are being celebrated almost week on week. How could this happen? I'm assuming their mom was counting on that bond to get them to stop. How old were they? Do we know? You may be shocked that Usman caused the fight, but now the beast called anger has overtaken his brother, and he would have to pay for it. I pray it doesn't take his own life out of guilt. Nancy writing that in. Thanks for that, Nancy. Sonny from Garki says, good morning, family. The siblings' fight that resulted in the death of their mother is very unfortunate. This is why authorities have been sounding it out loudly that we should refrain from taking the law into our hands. The police might have taken in the other guide for investigation as well as protective purposes. For the one on the run, he can run, but he cannot hide. He must face the law. Sonny from Garki writes 13. Peter in Abuja says, good upbringing of children and wards, no matter how small they are, of age by teaching them the fear of God and sanity of life, good behavior, good and acceptable manner of speech, how to greet properly, good manner of approach to living with family members and neighbors with wisdom by parents and guidance is very essential, as we would end up breeding monsters. Hence, we would end up breeding monsters in our society. Peter in Abuja writes the team. I can't control my anger. It's lawless upbringing without mutual respect. You can't be so angry and slap people. You can't be so angry and bring out machete to kill your brother and end up killing your mother. I pitied the woman that what she didn't control from small has killed her. The Lord should take its course. Oshodi Ebenezer writes that in. Thank you so much, Oshodi Ebenezer. And this is interesting. Many of us, we have kids around us. It starts with when you take sweet or you give sweet to a kid, and they start to roll from one end of the parlor to the other, scattering everywhere. And they scatter everywhere in the name of being angry. I say, that is how we are in our family. Oh, my heart is even scratching me on behalf of somebody. Oh, Lord, the Holy Spirit help me this morning. Sorry, I'm speaking Yoruba. We will beat correction into the child. I would not send my kid to a school where they say, when you come home, don't be the child. Maybe it's one of the reasons I've decided not to travel abroad yet. Maybe we'll travel when the kids are, are proper. But for now, that a child should be spared cane. That you tell a child to sit down or stand up, go and clean shoes, stand up, and you are explaining back to me that the child is so angry and that's why he has decided not to eat. We'll pour the pap in the mouth of the child. He will eat by force. We'll flog sense into the child. Okay, all right. Help my pressure. Let me calm down. But these are things that should be corrected. No child should control his mother. And mothers, this is where dispute often starts sometimes. The father is watching and he's seeing the future tendency of a child to show a level of anger, and is correcting you or is suggesting to you that don't allow this child to control you. Don't do that. And you're coming off as saying, it's just a child now. Please. And gracious to all good mothers out there who are disciplined enough to control the children too. I understand the fathers may not be around, but please, haba. A child will control the mother, and the child is not even of age to reason well. And they say the child is angry. That's why he's not eating. The child is angry. That's why he went to lock himself in the room. Yeah. Okay, this is the part where I know I'm truly a Nigerian. Guess, okay, Kaiser says, guess Seun Kuti never listened to his father's song, Palava. Lack of anger management, so shameful. Right, that's according to Kizzy. Whoa, this is long. Ade Soji, representative of Nigeria Info Youngers Forum. Oh, there's something like that. I didn't know. Okay. Nigeria Info Youngers Forum. I'm hearing this thing for the very first time. Ade Soji, let us know what is going on here. On the issue of Seun Kuti and regarding the trending video, I have to say Seun should be ashamed, should be used as a scapegoat by going to prison for his act and not a judgment that will have a payment option. And these are my reasons for saying that. One, from the video, the policeman individual was not in any way armed, and it does not in any way look as a threat to his family in any way. Two, let's assume there was a rough driving between him and the policeman that serves as a life-threatening issue to his family, as he claims from the video. We can all see that the policeman was so calm that he might even want to apologize for whatever happened between them. Three, it was glaring that the police was so professional in his dealing, but Seun got it wrong for lacking morals and not for demonstrating leadership towards the young ones that are always looking up to him. Based on this argument, my lord, Seun should be allowed to go to prison at least for 6 months for his uncultured attitude, to serve as a deterrent to others who feel above the law. Adesoji writing that in. Hello, Femi. I want to say that what Seun did was wrong, but the police officers and the other government agencies workers should be very careful. People are very angry now. Let's apply wisdom when carrying out our duties. Government work cannot be carried on the head. Please, others should learn the lesson. If anything happens, one gun salute will never bring back life. For Chinelo is writing that in. All right, thanks for that, Chinelo. I like you say one gun salute will not bring things back. Well, for me, shame was wrong to slap a fellow human, let alone a police officer. Don't take law into your own hand. But come to think of it, it should not be the duty of the IGP to order his arrest. It's a bailable offense, so which police will release him on bail when the IGP is arrested. The system is still wrong. What's the punishment for police who threaten your life? The system is still wrong. Saeed from 4th Plus Tower in Kuje. But Saeed, we all call on the Inspector General Police when policemen arrest citizens and it's captured on video. The IGP intercepts, he jumps in, he does something to resolve the situation. So why shouldn't he do the same now that there's a video evidence that affects this man? Let's not call on IGP on some cases and IGP and leave IGP out of other cases. At least most of the videos I've seen, the ones that involve some measure of video evidence around it, I know that the IGP responds. All right, I've got room for just one more call before the major break, okay? Yes, good morning to you.
Hello, Femi, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
What's happening, Abuja?
Yes, welcome to the show.
My name is Haruna.
Haruna, welcome.
My father giving me, calling you from Gwagwalada.
All right, my brother.
Femi D, you know this life now. This is a lesson for the mothers.
Yes.
You have to train your children very well. Just as you said, don't talk it to it. Don't you know it's a children? What do you mean by that? Train your children when the mother, when you see, when they are fighting. As you say, we cannot this even said now. If you train your children well, when the mother is coming, all of them will before the time where we dey village, even when they fight with our brother, when we say our mother come, we run away. But that one no more again. The two brothers are fighting. Some are carrying cutlass, some are carrying dagger. So look at what happened now. Look at what happened, Femi. Is it not? Let the mothers seriously training their children. Don't give your. You get one day when my pikin, he don't leave his head. I say, what is this? You don't mind me. Go and baba this head. He say, you no get money. I buy clipper. I see clipper. He say, no, what do you call salon you want go? I say, okay. Because of you people, I buy clipper to pay. He refuse. They say, no. One day, after we pray, we don't go pay in the morning, come back. I enter, I carry my clipper. I scrape and before he go wake up, I don't put cross for his head.
Hey!
Before he go by, man. You understand? So you have to be seriously with your child that you have two of them, you father train, a mother train. But they look at them, this innocent woman now, look at. They don't kill themselves, it's even better than to kill the mother. Because what the remaining children, we are going to train, who is going to train them? That's funny. I'm sad. When I hear this story,
it is a sad story. Yes, I agree with you. It's a sad story.
Mother is not something that somebody would carry. The joke now. Mother.
All right, thank you, my brother. Thanks for your call. All right, we've got to break it up for now. After the break, okay, let's see whether we can take on more calls around this subject. Two main discussions. Seun Kuti slapping the police officer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Slapou, lapou. Explain it back to me. And then the mother that tried to stop the fight between two brothers ended up dead. One is in custody, one is at large. That's the big story for today of what's happening in Abuja. I'll be back in the 11 o'clock hour and we'll talk even more. Stay close.
This is Nigeria Info.